Welcome to the Ultimate 2v2 Fundamentals Road to Grand Champion series. In this series I will explain a fundamental rule every couple of episodes and highlight that particular fundamental throughout the gameplay. This series is going to prove a lot of people wrong, and the point I've been trying to make for the past 8 years now, that playing fast does not mean anything. And to prove so, I will be the slowest player in every game. After each match, we will compare the speeds of myself to my peers to prove that I'm the slowest. However, there is more. I have amassed over 1,147 hours of coaching at the time of saying this. And I've made a lot of notes and discovered a lot of things. And I am bringing all of those tips out this summer in my Ultimate Rocket League guide. If you don't want to wait, head over to the link in the description to get your hands on 3 pages for free, which will explain the fundamentals for the first and second man roles. Let's get into today's games. Yo, what's going on everybody? Hope y'all well. I realized that in the last episode I didn't really go over any of the stats. I've got to be honest, I can't remember what happened. So we'll just have a quick look. Boosts per minute's pretty low. I don't know if we even played the full game here. And we're going to go to positioning. I hope you guys have been using this sort of stuff. So closer to the ball was my teammate. There we go. Behind the ball is what we're after. And players, speed, 41. Look at this. Someone said in one of the comments, oh, the only reason you're winning is because you need speed. You do need speed. The only reason you're winning is because your teammates are going so much faster than everyone. That's allowing you to win. 74-68. What are you talking about? Calling everything out now. Calling everything out. We are here to tell the truth. Nothing but the truth. Okay, and people aren't going to like it. Like I say, trigger warning. You're not going to hear things you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you and reinforce the lies of the community. The spinning, the 20-hour training pack rituals. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to tell you how to win. We're still doing the inside stuff. We're into Diamond 3 now, guys. Wow. And we're going to have to see if we need anything different. And if we will, we'll come up with some drills. Well, I've already got the drills written down. And we'll go over the drills. So the front flip and just single jump. So what we saw there is Brayu did now either a speed flip. And on that speed flip, they sort of hit it on the back of the speed flip. So as they landed. Or it was a diagonal flip. There's a dive into the corner with 0 boost. Luckily, they throw it into the corner. So I'm going to go to net. And you see that... I just realized their name. You see that my teammate there did the right thing. What about here? They did the right thing. So I've got this second man. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that video. And there's an open net. So what you saw there is a real good proof about rotation again. So when my teammate did overcommit into the corner, we went into our net as opposed to going to the ball. And the reason is their quickest route back was to follow where the ball just went. So they could absolutely rotate ball side there. And it makes more sense because they're going to put pressure on the opponents to play the ball quicker than they want to. That's really important. Really important. It's an often overlooked thing here. We don't like to take 50s here if we don't have to. That's fine. Absolutely fine. All I'll do is I'm going to rotate. I'm going to rotate and let this guy in. And I hate rotations, guys. I hate rotations. But I want to let this guy in because they're going to score an own goal. Rotation works, okay, because look at the defender. Look at his defender. The defender is in front of the guy with the ball. Can you get your head around that one? I can't. So as he gets challenged, how can he help? He can't. So that's why like rotation and slamming into the ball can work, but it doesn't really work. And it doesn't work at a higher rank because what you're going to be doing is you're just going to be putting yourself into difficult situations where you have to hit the ball as opposed to sticking on the ball as first man and you'll be fine. This play is good. Great 50 from them. We're just going to do this. Look with your camera. Here, match the height of the ball, turn. Now, will they back off? They don't. So we side flip to the outside, inside to outside. And that's fine if they go. Look at our teammate. See your camera usage? Great stuff, actually. They could have waited here and shot that on net, but that's fine. They're not going to know that. And again, I'm getting a bit of FPS stutters, guys. I do apologize here. Making it a bit tricky. And again, we just take our time. Everyone's rushing, not us. We're just driving to this. We just do that. It's a single jump. But I'm just going to get out of there because I seem to have some FPS lag. I think it's because I just turned my computer on. But guys, honestly, the support on this has been amazing. You know, really. Whoa, baby. Nothing I can do about that. Really appreciate it. So they're in. I don't need to challenge that. Why challenge? There we go. Just as long as we block in the middle. And that's, again, it's our responsibility as first man there. Okay, nice. And then we're here. That's fine. But, yeah, really do appreciate it. You know, the thumbnails are popping off. The bubbles are brilliant, baby. the marbles to win a coaching session and what it's all about here. And that's what I'm talking about. So someone asked me, like, you know, you can't use this, you know, the sort of the rubbishy offense used to walk, where you just used to walk it in. I can, because the openings are still the same. The only difference I would say, in all fairness to these players, is their recoveries are probably a little bit quicker than they were. So he did that speed flip thing before, so we're going to just block that off. Grab this, and I'm going to come here. Look for a demo, look for a bump. And there we go. This teammate's actually really good. Why they're so good is they're actually giving me respect. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. See how they turn away, which is smart. We're just going to pop that up. Don't need to do anything special. Hopefully that's not too mechanical. Call it diamond free. I mean, we're almost champ. You know, surely this is okay. But again, he's on the outside. So it's very easy to score here for me. Because what happens is, he can play it across, but it's going with my momentum. So I'll always be able to beat him to the boost anyway and keep prolonged pressure, as opposed to if he was inside to outside, which is a little bit more technically difficult. And also his teammate cut across due to the overcommitting. And then that's fine. It doesn't do anything. And that's absolutely fine. There we go. Doesn't do it. It does not do anything. And then we're here. Now, you'd match the height of the board here. We are first man now, so first man duties. We'll go into first man duties again, guys. If you want to know the first man duties, please do download the ebook. But basically, you'll see I'm not committing forward. I mean, that's really key here. We're not committing forward. Second man just came out of position. And just like that, that's what I call a major. I look at it like driving. If you're in the UK, you've got majors and minors. You can have 14 minors or whatever it is, 15 minors, and you fail. Or you can have one major and you instantly fail. I see the same in Rocket League. One big mistake or one major mistake could be game changing. Like there, he was second man, he came onto the backboard. Well, I'm already on the backboard, so wait in the position here so that you've got the counter opportunity off that play. Okay, so that would be a major because we majorly got messed up there. And beautiful. Again, they're deflated. You can see they're deflated here. Outside position, which means he centers up the ball on defense. Is my point proven yet? I think it is, and I think we've had so much great feedback, which I appreciate, that I really think people are learning and growing here. Shall we have a little look at the speed and the stats? I'm excited about this. Okay, guys, I've saved the replay. If for some reason it's not coming up on ball chasing, even though Backer's mod is on, and I've just uploaded it, but it's giving me a server slowdown issue. So hopefully once we do the games today, we'll be able to go back and look at that because... yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Bit of a shame, but hopefully we can still show you guys the stats. And I promise you, we'll be the slowest. We'll probably be the most behind the ball. But hopefully you're seeing now. Something that will actually happen is when you play this style, it gets easier the higher you go into a certain point. And so right now we're where it gets really easy, which is around the diamond to grand champ area. And one of the reasons it gets particularly easy around these ranks is because people play even quicker with less control. And so what you're seeing is you're seeing more dives, and you'll see a guy shoot that. You see that? They shoot that. But that's really low percentage because it's thrown them into the corner with their shot. So a top tip here is if you're trying to shoot a goal, what you want to do is generally you want to have the shot go towards the momentum of your car. One of the reasons why is that's a great shot. Is it's going to give you maximum success on the shot as far as recoverability. But it also can help you transfer the power. But it's more to do with the recoverability. A little fake there. Single jump there. Always taking it off the center line. But notice I'm always taking those jumps and those challenges when I'm moving back towards my net. So what we're seeing here, we're seeing a lot. Oh, there's the fumble. We're seeing a lot of sort of giveaways of possession. Heavy hits from both teams. It's hard to get in here because we're not seeing anything productive. Like right there, if my teammate didn't rotate and hit this guy, that would be brilliant for us. But that's fine. I could shoot that. But like, yeah. I could shoot that. And you could all see that I could shoot that. You guys could shoot that as well. If you're diamond free, I would have thought. It's not difficult. That's a really easy shot to make. But I won't take it. Just to show you that we don't need that, you know. Luckily, teammates fly in out of nowhere. So we're here, teammate grabs the mid, they grab the back, and they've grabbed the mid on that side. So we know everyone's got boost, so we're not going to be too crazy here. And these are the things you want to look for. And I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to turn like that, and then I turn away. So really important skill that is. Inside to outside. That way if they come in, it goes into the middle, we're safe. Teammates up. Great job from them, inside to outside. We can actually push there. They just smack against the wall. And there's actually a car behind me. I was going to say, there's a car behind me. That's probably a goal. Yep. So there's a car behind me there. And what I was going to say is there's a car behind me, so you could instantly shoot that. But for some reason, why didn't you play? You just drove off. I don't know what they're on about. They just drove off. I've made 2 saves. I mean, how much do you need? So, again, a lot of complainers, but he did just drive off when we were right there. That's unfortunate they've missed again. But this is the thing. They class not playing as not diving and overcommitting. Whereas this is all I need. You want me to play? This is me playing. This is me playing that move. Same move I always use. That's me playing. See how it centered the ball up? How did they die there? Looked like they went into supersonic. So get onto the inside. And we're just going to jump and backflip there to force them to the corner. People go, hey, outplayed you. No, I forced it to the corner. Again, we're blocking that. Now, normally, if you were first man, you'd fly up there. See, it comes off the counter. You'd fly up there and go wrap around the backboard. But they usually get involved. So again, we're just blocking the line of attack. Notice both the opponents have used all of their boost to score to attack. And they've just got countered. This is exactly what happens all the way to Grand Jam. So, solo queuing can be difficult to do this with, okay? And if you want to have an easy way to do this with a teammate, I have a new series coming up real soon. There you go. I have a new series coming up real soon where I'm taking Chad and a teammate to be decided, and we're going to go through the Pacifist System on Patreon, and we're going to cut the episodes similar to what we did with Ben's series. We had a lot of great feedback. I'm still doing replay analysis for Ben. I reached out to Ben the other day, and told him, it's just basically I want to hit more people, and I think that the best way to prove it is to show its power as a twos system as far as a teammate. You can absolutely do this style like I am right now, but this is the most powerful system with a teammate because it's just taken all of the movement of the game and broken it down into a systematic approach that it's easier to follow. It's still difficult, getting in that's a great flick. Getting a high rank in any game is difficult, I would have thought, but it's a much more successful way. That was a perfect flick. Hit the crossbar and actually rolled downwards. That's interesting. I'm just going to take that 50. They've gone for boost, teammate, which isn't great. And then they fluff up their aerial because they were spinning. They just nosed forward. They could have got that. Now look at the situation we're in. It's going to be difficult. Again, there's that move. The first move I taught you in this series. You want me to take it? And now we're going to just go to the side. We're just going to go. We got the win. We got the lead. No, we don't need to do that, do we? We don't need to do that. You asked me to play, and then you're going to throw the ball away. Look how simple that move is. Can anyone do that? Absolutely. I would almost argue that Platinums could do that aerial realistically. Because he span and he missed. I didn't spin, did I? And I hit the ball. Same story I had years ago. Someone said to me, Dave, I can't complete Rings 2 while spinning. I've played for about 3 hours and I just can't get level 15 or whatever it was. I said, okay, can you do it without spinning? Yeah, how long does it take you? About 5 minutes? I said, so why are you learning to spin then? If you can do something in 5 minutes, but trying to learn this spin, you've spent 3 hours and you've got nowhere, doesn't that prove to you that not spinning is probably actually more successful for the majority of the player base? Okay, so inside to outside here. If they take that here, that's fine because I can reload. I'm back in and I could go again, for example. I was going for the block there, but again, we don't want to use too much. And then they've gone. So look, they push out, which means they lose. I'm going to go up and we're just going to crack that. The reason I crack it is because I just want to send it away and just go back into now. We got a 4-2. If you didn't want to crack it, you could tap it. Oh, they've just dove in again and committed. This is going to be a difficult one. Good fakes. Yeah, we managed to force it to the post. Really good fakes. Again, in the net, it can be difficult there because, again, they're just overcommitting. People say, that's why you got to rotate in and pick it up. Nah, that's not. That's literally, you don't know what you're talking about. All that is that they're just doing rubbish offense. That's because they've been shown that they've got to do all this clever stuff for offense. Sprint changes. Same old stuff, isn't it? Diving in, overcommitting, wide open net, dribble it in. I'll ask you this question. For all the people who doubted me all those years ago, when I did the first version of this series, are the mechanics I'm using now better than what I was using 6 years ago? Honest question. No, they're not. If anything, I'm using worse mechanics than I was 6 years ago. The game has not changed. If people followed that, but it's Reddit people, they don't know, you know, they're saying it didn't work. But if people followed what I said all those years ago, my mechanics have not changed. Yet we're still able to do this. They'd be able to do it as well. And that's what gets me sad. Alright, here we go. Oh no, I forgot to save the replay. Hopefully that one goes through. We'll have to check. I mean, it could be a glitch. Maybe backers mod needs restarting. This is difficult because they didn't go for kickoff. There we go. And we're going to be back post here because I don't know if I can get into the net in time. And then I can do that. I'd rather be in the net there because then I could have shot that, for example. But here we go. We're here. So I'm not hating on anyone. Again, like I say, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. But I'm not hating on anyone. But if people would have followed it and stopped listening, and I know there are people there, and I appreciate everyone who watches, but there are people who even watch and then comment saying, but you need to go fast. They said the same 3-5 years ago, man. They're still the same rank they were always being, you know. So stop listening to nonsense. I know it's hard, but you know, people, you can give them all the facts, and it's my own fault. You know, that's why I'd like to get an editor. You know, if anyone knows a really good editor who can do me some good stuff, because it seems like if you have a good editor, people will listen. That's an amazing shot right at the last second. Normally you would just go up and hover and block that, but again, you don't want to overcommit. What's happening here is this is overcommit. Look at all the spins again. Oh, you're gonna rage me, then you just rotate after creating nothing, and then say wow. Oh, we're gonna sneak to that. Don't know if that's going to be any use. I'm going to take that. That's the correct play. Really, you wouldn't have gone for the boost there. Oh dear. Oh, and he's gone to stomp me. Because he went too early as second man. See, that's where he should have gone as second man. So when that ball came down and I blocked it, then as second man, you notice the opponent came from that side. He could have literally just shot that in. There's that move again. And I'm here. Inside to outside. And I'm here. Gonna take it away. We're moving away here. That way I can get the boost. How have you still not got boost? You haven't been used. You haven't been doing anything. I'm gonna make sure we get that. I've missed, but we should be fine. It's a non-angle, that is. Okay. To be honest, we're just gonna keep taking this. And we're here. Teammate's right behind me with 0 boost. We're going to go up. Oh, that's really good from them. See? Look how close they are. Just to throw the ball at the corner. Doesn't do anything. All right, I can't go in now because there's 2 players back and we've just thrown the ball at them. This is a very typical... This player could have been a champ. Could have been a champ player the way they're playing. I mean my teammate, because they're just throwing the ball away. It's a very, very champ thing that is. Got to keep that off the centre line. Oh, God, he nearly hit me. Jeez. Yep. This guy's really getting in my way here. This could be I don't think we're going to win this one. Right here. You see how he accelerates into me there? So I couldn't stop. I actually needed to stop a little bit longer there, but he would have hit me forward. So you'd want to stop and pop that up more, but I just couldn't because he was just following so close with 0 boost. As they do. All right. Well, that's an opportunity. You should be able to side flip that. Okay. We're going to come here. It looks like they don't have boost or something. Okay, we're here. Teammate's right close again. I need some mobility here. I need to get into second man. Right, there we go. There we go. Just going to crack that on. That's what you would do. This is so you know, people have commented saying, could you play faster? Like I said, I just shoot the counters. I just shoot all these open nets. I probably would go as far as to say I've probably not scored about 50 goals this series so far, and we're only a couple of games in just on those long shots. Just purposely haven't scored them. But yeah, that's what you would do. But we're just going to do that to keep this guy calm. Wait here. Nice spinning. This Yusuf guy seems a bit like they know what they're doing a bit more. They're sort of catching the ball off the aerial play. A lot of spins, and then they're going to turn and dive forward. That's the difference. I can play in their corner with 0 boost if I want to. I don't want to, though. It's dangerous. But you wouldn't dive forward. There we go. Match the height of the ball here. Come down with it. Look here. And then turn. Grab this. And now they're playing against you. Now, right close here. Otherwise, there was no doing. Again, you could just flick that in. There was a gap to flick that. You don't want to do that. So we're going to stay there. That is just off target. We've got to watch for demos here. Gonna have to... Oh. They should have gone forward. They should have gone forward. The reason they should have gone forward on that is, one, the opponent was in no man's land. But two, the other guy had just been demoed. Now, when you get demoed, you spawn on one side. We're going to drive into that. I'm actually going to chase this down. Oh, outside to win. This could be good. Right, I'm here. Right, see how they're wide as second man and they're pushing forward? Very dangerous. Oh, dear. Not this spin stuff again. The spin cycle of wasting your boost in 2 seconds. Oh, man. The way they waste their boost. They just don't care about the boost. I can't see what's going on here. Look at the nameplates. 3 nameplates literally on top of each other. That's insane. Oh no, we're in a bad position. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Oh, this is even more dangerous now. Holy smokes. What can you do, eh? Not have the best kickoff from me. Oh, nice spin. Alright, we're here. Oh, what's this spin nonsense? Oh, no ways that worked. No, it hasn't. Oh, I don't get the spins. It's just spinning and whiffing the ball non-stop. Alright, let's take this ball into the corner. Right here. Going to take a 50 there. We can stick on this. We don't need to rotate. We definitely don't want to rotate here. Oh, no. They've come into the corner, which means they leave the net, which means they dive it forward and give the ball to their second man. Alright, that's a good counter shot. To be fair, that's decent. Okay. Oh, not again. Yeah, this is what it's going to be like in Champ, isn't it? It's people just taking to the air and just completely whipping the ball. Look at the spinning and the missing. Going to tap that to the side. It's so hard to play in this route. It's just so boring. Like, it makes me laugh. People go, it's really cool, man. We spin and we do all this cool stuff. You just whiff the ball all the time. There's another one. Good save. That's better. That's actually way more, yeah, way more effective. Almost scores because they didn't spin around like a gooseberry, you know. That's a good challenge too. We can actually take this potentially. No, we can't. Hard to get the ball to take here. Don't waste this possession with your aerials, man. Oh, here it comes again. What is these aerials? You've done it about 6 times and nothing's happened. It's just pointless. You're just constantly on 0 boost in their corner. It's just such a boring game. Oh, okay, here we go again. Could have shot on there, actually. Okay. Gonna have to use that move again. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Great job practicing spinning around the air and whipping the ball all day, mate. What did we do there once we finally got on the ball? Just literally dribbled it across the ground. Anyone can do that at any rank. That's my point. Again, I'm calling people out. People are going to hate me. Anyway, here we go. We are with £1 Fist. That was a 5-0 game. Let's have a quick look. Positioning. And if we go down to percent behind the ball, we are the number 1 of that. And then players, movement. We are the lowest again. Me and £1 Fist were actually the lowest together. And the opponents were much faster. Again, dispelling that myth, that nonsense myth. And we won 5-0. So here we go. We had a 5-2 win with AHA, which was another good game, actually. I think they were the one that said I wasn't playing. 747, baby. Let's have a look. Positioning. All right, percent behind the ball. There we go. 90%. That's a good one. Woo, that's a good one. And notice my teammate also has a high percent. We weren't losing that. Hence why we won 5-2. Movement players. Again, nice and slow. Nice and slow, but we're consistently winning. In fact, I can't remember the last time we lost in this series, if I'm being honest. I think if I look online, I think I'm on maybe a 12-game win streak right now. And I'm not using any advanced mechanics. I'm not playing fast. I'm very rarely actually hitting that ball. I'm making some saves that some of you may find difficult, but you can absolutely work on, guys. Okay, so I really hope this is going in. You know, we're diamond 3, div 3. Now, we've got one more game that hopefully will load this. So there's just a delay. Let's see if it's loaded. Yeah. But I guarantee even that game that we just played, difficult as it is, was one that we can win. So guys, in the next episode, I'm going to give you an overhead view. I'm going to talk a bit more strategy about what we're trying to achieve overall, okay, as a duo. And you're going to understand why rotation is bad and doesn't work as well. Rotation, listen, I know I say rotation is bad. I'm saying that to get it out there into the world. Because people say that it's terrible, you know. So I'm fighting back with it. But the reality is, you do need rotation. It needs to be organic. But otherwise, you generally want to stay on the ball and not create that distance. Really, really cool here, guys. I really hope it's helping. Let's get to the marbles game and see who's going to win a free replay analysis. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Look after yourself and peace out. Peace, peace. Welcome to the first of the Grand Prix of the marbles races, guys. I'm excited for this. Look at the intro. And here we have all of the Patreon supporters. Thank you very much. The winner of this race is going to get a free replay analysis. And of course, we'll also start creating points here for the winner at the end of this series, or by the time the book is released, the person with the most points will win the first free copy of the book. Here we go. Adrian C in the lead. He's actually beating the world record. That is the world record dice as far as I'm aware. In the lead, he's flying through here. A man who is really good at flicks. Some of you all know this. Mikel taking the lead here. Here we go. Tragedy plus Powell in behind. And the gate is opening. And they've felt it. Oh, no. 3 straight out there. A good lead here. Matt P in the lead. Will he be able to take this away? He's moving forward fast. There is a couple more. Well, one more gate to go. But first, we have the twisty, snake-like structure coming up. Joshua M. Raul. Again, Raul did well last time. Eric T. Mark. Space Monkey. Undaunted Pursuit. SV Tropic. We're getting everyone in the mix now. Someone just fell off. Oh, Tile just fell off. James has just fallen off as well. And right in the back. What is going on over here? Right in the back we have Alan. And I can't see the name behind. I gotta see this. And Colby just completely stuck. They're out the race. We're going to go into the lead. And in first place right now is Raul, or was Raul. SV Tropic taking the lead. Just gets yeeted into the air. Is this the end for the Tropic one? It is. So close to the finish line. Who's going to win it? And it is IYUA, Alderos, Michael Z, Josh, Mark, Raul. And remember, points for the first 10 people in opposite order. So, for example, first place gets 10 points, second gets 9, and so on and so forth as we're coming in. Anders and Scrubbers. And at the back, they have been taken out. Oh, that was funny. They didn't get moved at all. All right, let's get to the main stores. IYUA21. If you can send me a message for the replay analysis, of course, that's how your name shows up on Patreon. So I'm not exactly sure who you are, but do send me that. So you get 10 points. And I'm going to write this down, guys, so don't worry. Alderos going to have 9. Michael Z with 8, and so on and so forth. Into the 10th. Jason just missing out on points. But there's going to be many more races and many more chances to get points, guys. Thank you for watching. Look after yourselves. And peace out. Peace, peace.